Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. Last week, as you know, I did a video about the 60% of US guys aged 18 to 25 who have decided that the best option is to go their own way and be free agents, as American women are just far too picky for the average guy, as American women are only after the top 10 to 1% of men, i.e. the 90-10 rule or the 80-20 rule. Now that is starting to have some sort of effect both in the American media and specifically in the US Congress. So looking around, I've found this. As you know, 45% of women are expected to be single and childless by 2030, a recent projection. This is the magazine Evie, and it says recent data predict that 45% of women aged between 25 and 44 will be single and childless by the time 2030 rolls around, which is the reason why so many women are on TikTok saying they can't get any dates because guys don't want to commit. Now 2030 is only 8 years at the most, 7-8 years from now, so there's a world of hurt coming to American women. Now it's just going on about it from a woman's point of view, a video about it. But I also found this. As you can see, it's a site called Axios, and it's written by another woman called Erica Pandy, that's her there. And this was done on February the 25th, 2023. Now she could have read this article because it was done on January 4th, 2023. And it goes down, Americans are increasingly foregoing or delaying marriage, a dramatic shift from societal norms a generation ago. And then it goes down. The only bit which is relevant to MGTOW is this. The number of women entering their first marriage between the ages of 40 and 59 has jumped 75% since 1990. Now, third wave feminism started in 1990. So, what were these women doing in the fertile years when they were in the 20s? Most likely chasing after Chad, his brother Tyrone, and all the rest of the bad boys and riding the cock carousel. But now they're getting on and they've seen the wall, they're desperate to get married. But they also probably want a baby to secure the deal. But the US birth rate continues to fall. Now this, as you can see, is US News. This was done on January the 10th, 2023. Now I can't think, does this have any relation to this article? Because this was done on January the 4th. So somebody in US News decided to do an article and put the two and two together, namely, women are childless by 2030, and they looked at the data. US birth rate continues to fall. The only bit which is relevant to MGTOW is, where is it? There we go. From 2015 to 29, 39.7% of boys and men aged 15 to 44 had fathered a child, compared to 43.8%. Now that's only a 4% drop, but still it's a 4% drop, and that's not going to bounce back as women get more and more picky, as TikTok videos show. So that could be the MGTOW effect. And it says, American women also tend to have a first child later in their lives, a new study found. In other words, they put in the corporate career before starting a family, leaving it till in the 30s after they've had the fun. The average rate of giving birth to a first child about 24 years for women and 27 for men in 2019. In fact, delaying childbirth, this bit, whoops, my mouse is playing up again. Delaying childbearing, having a first child aged 35 or over, has increased ninefold between 72 and 2012. Now, as I said, second wave feminism started in the 70s. So that could be the effect of second wave feminism with women. I don't need no men. And they decided to have the fun and chase Chad and Tyrone and the bad boys. Overall birth rates among women in their 40s have charted steady increases since 1985. They're desperate to have a baby rabies. And then it goes more blah, 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 mostly aimed at women-centric. Now, the US Congress must have been noticing the decline in birth rate, and they're starting to get worried. The demographic outlook 2023 to 2053. Probably the Parliament over here in Britain is the same, but it won't affect me that much because by 2053 I'll be 94, so I'll either be very old or very dead. But it just gives it down, so if you drop down, the important bit is, here we go, fertility rates, births per women. Now, as you know, second wave feminism started here. MGTOW started around about 2000, 2003, 2008 when it really started kicking in, which is fair. The MGTOW effect kicked in. See the decline in birth rate? And then it just flattens out. The decline in birth rate for women aged 14 to 29. Once again, second wave feminism. I don't need no men. Drop down, drop down, drop down. MGTOW kicks in about there. A sharp decline, decline, decline. Guys going their own way. They don't want to knock up a girl because she's too picky, or she's just turning the guys down like left, right and centre. But then you get the post-war women, aged 13 to 49. Second wave feminism. Then decided, gosh, the war's approaching, I better have a baby. MGTOW kicks in, but she finds a beta buck, beta billy, and she gets knocked up. But these women are just the fertile rates, not actually having babies, because remember, the older a woman gets, the more harder it is to go full term. But this is the most fertile age, 18 to 20, 14 to 29. So if you drop down, where is it? A bit further down. There we go. Fertility rates. From now, you see, total fertility rates are just flattened out in America. Fertility rates for women aged 30 to 49, desperate for a baby, but still the decline of these picky women on TikTok, 1429. And then we got mortality rates, age and sex, and migration, civilian, and all the rest. That's the article. But the US Congress, they're probably worried because there's the US population. MGTOW kicks in about there, spike mostly, but net immigration, and then it plummets, and then it rises a bit, but then it's a steady decline to America becoming a less populated country. And because Americans are not getting married, or mostly 45% of women are expected to be single and childless by 2030. In other words, they're too picky, they won't settle down, they'd rather have a career, and they're after the high rollers. And then 45% of women are expected to be single and childless by 2030, recent projection. Looks like there'll be fewer and fewer mothers over the next couple of decades as women choose to commit themselves to work rather than start a family. But within leaving the job, or being laid off, she'd be replaced within probably a week. And then what she got? Nothing. The number of single women in the US is expected to increase by 1.2 every year from 2018 to 2030, compared to a 0-point increase in the overall population. This is likely going to result in 45% of women between ages of 25 and 44 who will be single and childless by 2030. This is an increase of 41% of women in that age group being single and childless by 2018. But will this affect guys? No. A guy can father a child when he's 80 and 90. But women have got a window of opportunity, but they've blown it on a career and chasing the bad boys, so Sodom. And American, being single means no guy wants to get married in America much anymore, because he's seen how destructive how marriage in America can be for him. Probably the same in Canada as well. And as a result, the US birth rate's going down, and the US Congress is worried about it, so they're going to have to do something drastically, or else they've got fun times coming in America. Anyway, I think I'm on the 10-minute mark now, so I might look for this for next week, but don't really count on it. So, you know the routine, people. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It's completely up to you. So until next week, that's it. Bye-bye.